You ever had someone try to claim your backyard as their own personal playground? I'm standing by my pool, sun beating down, and there's Linda Grayson, our HOA queen, pointing at my crystal clear water like it's her courtroom exhibit, yelling at Officer Delgado to arrest me for hoarding community property. But when I pulled out my property deed and handed it to the cop, Linda's smug face went white as a sheet, and the neighbors watching from their lawns started whispering. They knew she'd just become the biggest joke in Pineview Meadows. My name's Ethan Brooks, and when I moved to this quiet Virginia suburb 3 months ago, I thought I'd hit the jackpot. A cozy 4-bedroom house with a backyard pool that screamed summer barbecues and lazy floats with a cold beer. I'm 36, a graphic designer who spent years in cramped city apartments. So this pool was my dream, built by the previous owners back in 2008, sparkling blue and calling my name during the house tour. I signed the papers faster than you can say cannonball, picturing weekend cookouts and evening dips under the stars. Pineview felt perfect at first. Kids biking down oak-lined streets, neighbors waving from porches like something out of a feel-good movie. Then Linda knocked on my door. She's in her 50s, hair sprayed into a helmet, clutching a clipboard like it's her scepter, and she hits me with, "Welcome to Pineview Meadows, Ethan. I'm Linda Grayson, HOA president for life." That "for life" bit should have tipped me off, but I just nodded as she handed me a rulebook thicker than a phone directory. Then her eyes slid past me to the pool, visible through my patio doors, and her smile turned hungry. "Oh, how lovely," she says, all syrupy. "You'll be maintaining our community pool. Such a gift for the neighborhood." I'm like, "Hold up, that's my pool. It came with the house." She laughs, this high-pitched, nails-on chalkboard sound, and goes, "Oh, sweetie, there's been a misunderstanding. That pool's always been a shared amenity. The last owners were so generous. You'll keep that up, right?" Before I can argue, she's strutting off, tossing over her shoulder. "See you at the HOA meeting." I'm standing there, rulebook in hand, thinking, what just happened? But it got worse. Linda treated my pool like her personal resort. I come home from work to find her lounging on my deck chairs, sipping iced tea like she owned the place. One Saturday, I wake up to splashing and see her doing water aerobics in my pool, gate wide open, waving at me like it's normal. "Perfect water temp today, Ethan," she chirps. I'm too shocked to do more than stare. Then she starts posting flyers, community swim nights, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'm coming home to strangers in my backyard, kids diving, parents chilling on my patio, Linda playing lifeguard with a whistle around her neck. I'm like, "Folks, this is private property. You gotta go." They're embarrassed, grabbing towels, but Linda's fuming. "You're tearing this community apart." That's when I slapped a new lock on the gate. Next morning, there's a note in her perfect cursive. "Violation of HOA Rule 7.3, blocking community access. Remove lock or face fines." I toss it, but she's back with laminated pool rules. No diving, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. hours, no glass. I'm thinking, this woman's running a YMCA in my backyard. I talk to neighbors, hoping for backup. Most just shrug, "That's Linda." But Nate, 2 houses down, whispers she tried calling my pergola a community gazebo last year. Had to lawyer up to stop her. Linda's got a history of claiming people's stuff, but my pool's her obsession, maybe because it's the shiniest thing in Pineview, or maybe she just loves power. I'm digging through my closing papers, pulling the deed, survey, everything because I know she's not done. I'm right. One afternoon, I'm home early with a migraine, craving quiet, and there's Linda in my pool with 3 women in matching swimsuits, doing synchronized swimming to a blaring 60s playlist. She's shouting, "1-2 kick," like it's the Olympics. I lose it, march out, and say, "Linda, get out. You're done here." She climbs out, dripping, floral swim cap tilted, and hisses, "You'll regret this, Ethan. The board will hear about it." I'm shaking, not from fear, but from realizing this woman won't stop unless I make her. 2 days later, I'm working from home when there's a knock. Officer Delgado's there, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else, with Linda behind him, arms crossed, grinning like she's won. "Sir, we got a complaint about restricted access to a community pool," Delgado says, clearly skeptical. Linda pushes forward. "He's hoarding a shared amenity. officer. Arrest him. Neighbors are peeking out, lawns filling with curious faces. I hold up a finger, one SEC officer, and grab my folder, deed, survey, title docs. I hand it over, saying the pool's mine, built in 2008, 3 years before the HOA existed. Delgado scans the papers, reading aloud. Property includes all structures, including the 16x32-foot pool. He looks at Linda, barely hiding a smirk. Ma'am, this is private property. He can lock it. Linda's jaw drops, but the previous owners shared it. It's tradition. Delgado shakes his head. Tradition doesn't trump a deed. Keep trespassing, and you're the one facing charges. The crowd can't hold it. Someone laughs, another mutters, told you she was wrong. Linda's face goes from red to purple, pleading, you've all used this pool, but everyone's looking away. Mrs. Lee from across the street calls out, Linda, this is too much. We need a meeting about you. Nate adds, time for new leadership. Linda's frozen, her empire cracking, and Delgado hands me my papers. You're good, Mr. Brooks. Ma'am, don't come back here. As he drives off, I know it's not over, but man, it feels good. The HOA meeting's a week later, and the community center's packed. Chairs full, people standing, air electric. Linda's at the board table, trying to act in charge, but Mrs. Lee stands. We're voting to remove Linda. Her actions are a liability. Linda's defense is desperate. I've preserved our community's spirit, but I stand holding my binder. Let's talk about that spirit, Linda. Your charter doesn't mention my pool. Never has. I pass around copies, showing the HOA's rules, my deed, Delgado's report. She's claimed hot tubs, pergolas, now my pool, bullying us into compliance. The room's buzzing, nods, whispers agreement. Linda's voice cracks. I gave 7 years to this place. Nate cuts in. 7 years of nonsense. My pergola's not your gazebo. The vote's the landslide. 30-2. Only Linda and her buddy Claire backing her. She slams the table. You're ruining Pineview, but she's losing it. Then the lawyer, hired for the meeting, drops the bomb. While checking records, we found Ms. Grayson's house at 38. Oak Drive is 15 feet outside HOA boundaries. She was never eligible to serve. The room erupts. Gasps, laughter. Someone mutters, she wasn't even supposed to be here. Linda's mouth opens, closes, her face a mask of shock. She grabs her purse, heels clacking and bolts, car tires screeching as she peels out. The lawyer adds, oh, and she owes $5,000 for this meeting's legal fees. Her actions, her bill. The crowd's buzzing, half stunned, half gleeful. 2 weeks later, I'm floating in my pool, beer in hand, new privacy fence up, cameras rolling, and a speaker at the gate chirping, private property, not community-owned, every time someone passes. It's petty, but after Linda's stunt, it feels right. Nate tells me he saw her at the store, dodging him like a fugitive, her cart abandoned. She's banned from HOA meetings, ineligible, humiliated, and stuck with that bill. Pineview's different now. Mrs. Lee's pushing for a new board, Nate's talking fair rules, and folks wave again. No fear in their eyes. I'm out here, raft bobbing, thinking about how I just wanted a quiet life, but sometimes you gotta fight for it. Linda thought she could bully me into sharing my dream, but all it took was a deed and some guts to flip her world upside down. Her need to control everything, my pool, Nate's pergola, even kids' bikes, came from some deep need to feel powerful, but it blinded her to the truth. Now she's the one on the outside, and I'm floating free. But here's the thing. Last week, I got a letter from the new board saying they're reviewing historical community assets. No mention of my pool, but it's got me wondering if someone else might try Linda's game. I'm keeping my folder close, cameras on, because peace isn't guaranteed, it's guarded. What do you think? Was Linda a power-hungry tyrant, or just misguided, clinging to her version of community? Ever had an HOA pull something like this? Drop your stories in the comments. I want the tea. If you're feeling this, smash that subscribe button. Pineview's mine for now, but I'm ready for whatever's next.